All right, group. Today we're looking at solving equations with fractions. So, remember, how do we add and subtract fractions? That's right, we have to have a common denominator. Now, I like to say common multiple. Okay? So, what I'm going to do is we're going to multiply by the common multiple, the common denominator. Okay? And what that means for us is once we multiply by the common denominator, all of these denominators are gone. Okay? So we're not looking at fractions anymore, we're looking at a normal equation. Okay? So, in order for us to figure out the common denominator, okay, we have to look at the two denominators. We have a 3 and a 4. What's the common denominator? If you're not sure, think about it in terms of multiples. What are all your multiples of 3? Okay, multiples of 3 literally mean you're counting by threes. 3, 6, 9, 12. Okay, multiples of 4. 4, 8, 12. Now notice, 12 is the first one that these two have in common. So there's our common denominator, or common multiple. So now all I have to do is just multiply everything by 12. Okay? So now 1/3 times 12. What you literally need to think of is 12 over 1 times 1 over 3. And we can cancel. 3 goes into 12 4 times. So now we're just left with 4 times 1. So 3 goes into 12, 4. So we have 1 times 4 times x. We have 4x. Plus, now we're doing the same thing here. 3 over 4 times 12 over 1. That's right, 4 can cancel with the 12, so 4 goes into 12 3 times. So we have 3 times 3. So 4 goes into 12 3 times, and then the 3's are on top, we can't cancel, so we have 3 times 3 times x. So we have 9x equals. And over here, we just have to do 12 times 26 on our handy-dandy calculator. So 12 times 26, and we have 312. All right, now we just finished our algebra. Combine like, notice no more fractions. So now we just combine like terms. And then we can just divide by 13 now. Okay? So we have x equals whatever 312 divided by 13 is. So 312 divided by 13, 24. There, we just answered the question. All we did was we multiplied by the common denominator. All right, here we go. More fractions. We have denominators of 3, a 2, and a 6. A lot of times when we look at multiple numbers like this, I mean, instead of saying, oh, what are all the multiples of 3, what are all the multiples of 2, what are all the multiples of 6, I start with the biggest one, okay? I start with the biggest one. I want to start saying, okay, 6. And what comes after 6? 12. All right, but let's just look at 6. What do we know about 2 and 3? That's right, they go into 6. Okay, so our common denominator then is 6. So we're going to multiply, there it is, there's our common D right there. So we're going to multiply everything by 6. Yes, I can count by threes. 3, 6, there it is. 2, 4, 6, okay? All right, now we're doing the same thing. 3 goes into 6 twice. 2 times 4 is 8x. Okay, and remember, 6 over 1 times 4 over 3. 3 goes into 6 twice 2 times 4. Plus, there we go, 2 goes into 6. That's right, 3 times. 3 times 1. So we have 3x. 3 times 1 times x. All right, what happens with the 6's? That's right, they cancel. So I'm left with a minus x equals, and we multiply. 5 times 6 is 30. All right, no more fractions. Now we just normal algebra stuff here. Combine like terms. Yeah, 8 and 3 is 11, minus 1 is 10. X equals 30. That's right, just divide. X equals 3. Okay. All right, here's one. Oh my God, there's a decimal. Who cares? You have a calculator. All right. Or what's our, look, I'm looking at 5. There's my biggest number. There's my biggest denominator right there, 5. Does 4 go into 5? No. All right, let's just start going through multiples of 5 then. Until we get 4 to go into a multiple of 5. So we have 5, we have 10. Does 4 go into 10? No. 15? No. What is it? That's right, 20. 4 goes into 20. So we're multiplying everything by 20. That's right, even the 4.5, that's what you have calculators for. Okay. By the way, you could do 20 times 2 over 5 in your calculator. So 5 goes into 24. 4 times 2 times x. 8x. 4 goes into 25. So 5 times 1 times x. So plus 5x. All right, no canceling here. There's not a fraction, so 20 times 2. And 4.5 times 20. All right, just type it right in your calculator. So we have 20 times 4.5. 90. Our rest is our algebra. Okay. Remember, combine these two. So I have 13x minus 40 equals 90. That's right, we're going to add 40. So I have 13x equals 130, and now I divide by 13. So x equals 10. Okay, easy peasy. All right. Big one here. We got a lot of fractions, a lot of denominators. Right, 10's the biggest number, so I'm going to only look at my 10's and figure out which one of these 3's, 2's, and 6's can go into. Okay? Yes, I could. I could just say 10 times 3 times 2 times 6. That'd be some monster number, though. I don't need to do that. So 10 times 3 is 30, times 2 is 60, times 6 is 360. Yes, I could. Multiply everything by 360. That's not the smallest one. Let's think of something smaller. All right, so let's just start looking at multiples of 10. So multiples of 10. So we got a 10. Right, does 3 go into 10? No. Okay, as soon as 3 doesn't go into 10, I don't have to worry about anything else. Does 6 go into 10? No. 20. All right, doesn't work for 3 and 6. 2 works, but not for 3 and 6. All right, then we have 30. All right, does 3 go into 30? Yeah, it does. 2 definitely goes into 30. 6, yes, it does. 6 goes into 30. So we have our common denominator of 30. Okay, that's right. 10 goes into 30 3 times, so we're left with 3x. 10 goes into 30 3 times x. Minus 3 goes into 30, 10. So we have 2 times 10 times x. So we have a minus 20x. All right. What's half of 30? That's right, it's 15. Half of. Of means to multiply. 2 goes into 30 15 times. And a sixth of 30. 6 goes into 30 5 times. So equals 5. All right, the rest is our algebra. That's right, we combine these two. So that gives us a negative 17x plus 15 equals 5. And now I just have to subtract 15. So I have negative 17x equals a negative 10. 5 minus 15 is negative 10. And now all I have to do is divide by negative 17. So x equals, and does 17 and 10, can they go into, because 17 go into 10? No. Can I reduce? No. Just don't have a double negative. So we have a positive 10 over 17 as our final answer. It's a fraction. Who cares? Fractions are friends. Okay. Solving equations with fractions. Remember, all we do is multiply by the common denominator. And the trick I did was I looked at the biggest number that we had and just started going through its multiples, or her multiples, and see which one of these and which one we can use. Okay? All right, folks. Good luck with your homework.